Okay, so yeah, so this guy is bugging the shit out of me, who has this fetish with real money as opposed to demo. Like, dude, man, let me see you play that song on stage. So I get it, right? Let me see you play that song. Let me see you ball walk through the bar. Okay, pick a broker. And of course, you have to do the math here. It's Evolve, which I'm at, and I'm not happy about Bitcoin math. But I guess this is no different than being a true international person and having to worry about the price of the euro because you're flying back and forth and getting all these hookers racked up in the euro book. Like the guy said in Germany, the hedge funds keep books. They don't care if they're even making money. Let's see. I wonder if that guy's still short the euro. It's like 2 years ago, this guy in this prop house in Germany. This guy named Stardust. It's funny, there's a guy watching this MGTOW, and there's a guy named Stardust that was hassling the Sandman. There's a lot of drama out there on the YouTube. I almost went live here for a millisecond, but I haven't taken the porn off my computer, so I don't want to shock anybody. So, yeah, just... But seriously, instead of being a child and giving me all these commentaries, why don't you send me some signals? And the guy said he charges for the signals, and I would say, well, that's why I'm trading demo, because if you saw my real trades, and then you piggybacked on that and go, oh my God, this is what he trades like when he's a white man. And some guy, I was scrolling through the commentary inside of the forex hangout, and some guy said that I was crazy, and some chick or some dude that was a chick name, because it could be Randy or the chick, the crossover name, Pat. And so they, he's crazy. I think you got to be crazy to trade. So I'm using my indicator here, my magical indicator. Depth of market based on current price projected into the future. Well, just taking a pivot, a linear percentage off of the, let me see if I can drill into the properties here. I think it's set to 30 minutes. Well, it wouldn't matter anyways. It's just an excuse to trade. I think that's the sad fact of it. It's an excuse to trade. I don't know what it's set at. I'll just say it's set at 30 minutes. I'm going to believe what it says. Okay, so I don't have any I have just a 100 pip handle here. The big round kahuna handle. And a lot of people, I skim through this stuff in these chat rooms, and everything everybody says is true for a moment in these markets. Everything everybody says is true for a moment. Yeah, big numbers is a big deal, but when the market's slamming 20 pips above and below a big number, that's a whole different world, isn't it? So if I put on the indicator here to try to get it to, okay, so I'm going to dig through the, here maybe I should post this Evolve as a current. Actually, I wrote some Bitcoin robots in for the here. So I was really quite the stubborn old man, and I didn't want to join the Bitcoin highway. I'm not joining it for an investment. I'm just unfortunately have to use it for exchange methods. So it's kind of bizarre. It's kind of awkward. I feel it's like a fake or something. But apparently, it's money. I mean, in other words, you can cash it out for, let's say, better fiat money. Good old-fashioned. It's hard to buy drugs downtown with these Bitcoins. I'm having a tough time. It may be black market money, but it's really illiquid in the hood. So here's a trade I got into earlier using the $5 drops, and so it says I'm up. It says I'm using $1,300 of margin, and I don't know what I don't even know what the leverage is here. So this guy wants to challenge me at $200. Well, I'd say I'm going to need 3,000 to 1 leverage on that, or 1,000 to 1. I have to go to Trader's Way or FXG. Or I'd go to 400 to 1 somewhere, 500 to 1, $200 in a nano account is probably the best utilization of that money. And so this way, you know, you could sit, if anybody ever challenges you in some kind of contest to make money, either for the thrill of it or whatever the point is there. I guess he just wants to steal my chops. He's challenging me to a guitar solo. Songwriting contest would be better. Because then you can post that and then have Orchard Music come and hunt you down. Of course, Orchard Music doesn't seem to be... Somebody bought them already, so it's pretty fucking hysterical. Everybody's going to die, and they're all fucking worried about, like, oh, well, look at this, look at that. It's unbelievable. So the dollar yen is what I'm tracking right now because it's just so easy on the 1 hour chart. And earlier today, I placed these orders here so you can see that I didn't get stopped out, and I did get stopped out of some stuff here. Actually, these were, when I did, oh, see, it updates every half hour there. So we just updated, I don't know if you caught that. Yeah, so every half hour, we are literally going to get different pivots. Now, this is the robot that was, some guy built a robot. And if imagine it's throwing in a buy limit, but I'm thinking more like 8 hours on the -5 and 8 hours on the +5 right now. So realistically speaking, using this, just this indicator, this is the LIN 30-5, which means it's 5 handles and 5 of these increments, and it's also a 30-minute refresh. Those are all fucking great places to sell. I couldn't even imagine. In fact, I probably got out the Fibonacci tool, and you could write this in Fibonacci. I have the Fibonacci version of this. Oh, of course, right? In other words, say you're going out and trying to get laid. Of course you're going to try the horoscope, whatever it takes, right? Oh, what's your sign, honey? Right, that's going to be a thing, right? And, oh, here it is, spectrum. Now here's 10 pip spectrum. So anything that's called spectrum, or this, now this will wipe out. Okay, this is coming in a different, gee, that's wrong. Oh, you know what? That's taking a pivot from way back. So here's the thing. This is like putting up 2 fibs. All of a sudden it gets real complicated. So 0 point is the pivot way back here. I kind of like the idea that every half hour this thing's updating. So I'm not crazy about that indicator. So I try to build a robot that's going to ride along with the drama and not be left in the dust. I want to be as close to the mark as I can with these reversals. If there's a 5K here, this is a completely different situation than if it was a 10K. Or even a 7K, so that's the problem. All these different variations on a theme. And now we got to delete these objects because it's not going to let them go. So every tick that comes in, I'm going to refresh that thing. Okay, boom. So now these would be your targets and your reversals. If you're long, it's your target, and you got to think about getting the fuck out of that thing, or you're going to start trying to... The contest is, it's not 2 guys with $200 in their account like AimRackets.co. Because some people, because if you, well, presupposing you have the exact same style account and the exact same broker, and what is the point anyways? Like I said to the guy, just make a call. You know. Now the call here is, do I stay in this fucking trade and take my 1,000 bits, bets, or whatever this account is, and do I get out? No, I'd stay in this trade based on where I think it's going to go by the end of the week. I think it's going to go and try to challenge this high. Would it be a good idea to go flat right now and reload the gun with a bunch of orders, 3 pips deep, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 13? Yes, that's the better choice. So it's like a chess game. It's obvious what's going on. A lot of people in the middle of a chess game, they will just go, you know what? I'm just going to fold. They can see it coming. You should be able to see it coming here too. All this should be able to see it coming. If you have any clue of like the, I was just going to call it a stop hunt, volatility spike, and you can tell me it's Trump sneezed or whatever, it's not going to matter. It's better you don't know if Trump sneezed, because you would not take that trade. If you take that trade just on a price movement, it's different than if you take it on the reason why you think price moved, because now you're going to embellish it with a motivation and even more certainty, supposedly, because, oh, well, God, you know, Trump's going to take the tariffs off. It's like, obviously, you could look at the market. You can see the market responding. Okay, you can say that. But did that change the size that you traded that trade? If you know it's going up or down, okay, that's one problem solved. Then it's how big are you in that one move? And are you long 70%, short 30 in case you're wrong? Are you going to give yourself wiggle room, or are you all nothing person? There must be a screening test that you could do for a trader that they wouldn't know they were being tested for trading. You'd say, try to get the all or nothing thing. Get all these, you know, you take a profile. Tharp's got one. If you go to Van Tharp, he's got a trading profile. Now you can try to lie or bolster what you think they want to hear. I don't like to do that. Like if I'm going to go offer to do something, I'll tell somebody, listen, expect the worst. I mean, I just do a joke about it. And then, of course, if it fucks up, I go, you think I was kidding? You have to leave yourself in some kind of flex room. And many times I've got into a hedge just to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go. It's like going flat in a way. It's like putting in if you're playing pool or something, and you hit the shot, so it just kind of like, so you're not trying to sink anything, you're just trying to block and make a mess. And you can always come back to it. Plus, you could always say, all right, get ready. Am I going to get out right now? And then, of course, the bigger you are in, if it affects you, the size, then it's going to affect your decision moment to moment. And 5 minutes will seem like an hour. So here comes the end of the day. Stocks have closed. And we're going to Asia. Now, the prudent thing to do would be get out of the whole thing right now. So I'm going to cash out. And so this would make it easy if we were having a contest, because I would win now. I'd be more likely to win now because I'm not holding on to the exposure. Even though that may be the greatest fucking trade in the world, it's more prudent. And two, and a lot more relaxing, to come in and reload now with deeper orders. So I'm going to use my scalp here, and I'm going to turn on the stops. I don't think I turned them on before. So I'm going to make the stops in black, and volumes will be my entry price. So I'm going to make those egads. I'm going to make them yellow because that'll stay away from the current. This way I can put my yellows in the yellows. So if I was going to sell it, I got the $5 sell. I don't have a lot of sell drops, but I could just like a bonehead place them right there. Now that's pretty Pretty big ass stop, 50 pips. There's the 100 pip stop. I'm sorry, that's a 100 pip take profit. 50 pip stop, 25 pip stop. So these are, I could put a stack in here and get it, and it's just right here. That's always going to be a good place to sell, isn't it? Where's a good place to buy? Well, if this was a 2-hour order, which is not, it's all day long. 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour. Okay, risking $20. Say I just made 25. Now I'm at 225. To win the contest of trading, you've got to be accurate and trade a lot. Duh. Right? How to kick the other guy's ass in trading. That is a guarantee. You are faster and you trade harder. You trade bigger and faster. And faster, I mean more often. You trade more often and you're more accurate. In other words, you're a sniper and you don't waste any bullets. Your bullets are hitting. They're on target. So I've done many a stream and many a situation here where I've done this trading here, just like I'm doing right now. Real or fake, it doesn't matter. You need to buy low and sell high. And if I can do that with a 10 pip stop, then I can do it with a 12 pip stop. And I might get stopped out of these other guys, but then, you know, like, are we coming down here? I don't know, man. How about 1 week order down? I don't have any 1 weekers. But would you buy down here for a bounce to here? You'd be a fool not to, right? Even though it's probably a bad ratio. And that's like break even. Doesn't that just seem obvious as hell? And who's not selling up here? And this will update in half hours, so we could just keep on, or the robot could keep on throwing them up there. But we have to have the scalp. We got to have the intermediate. We got to have the big kahuna swing that takes us all the way back to here, because if tops become bottoms, as soon as we break out, we're going to come back here. As soon as they start going up here, we need to be selling into that cashing out, and it comes back and it weasels and it just probably tips a little bit there and then it pulls back in London. I mean, isn't this shit obvious by now? It's going to come back. Maybe it's going to come by. Oh, we're going to buy here. Well, yeah, we're going to put limits there, man. We're going to put a limit there, one there, one there, one there. These are deep discount prices. If the news came out and the market went rocketing down, which you've seen it do it, and it comes and just, is it going to cut all the way to here? Or is it going to just cut to here? Or not even make it? And all that work you put in putting these fucking orders in? Well, if you put them in manually, you're going to be like, oh, Jesus. Let's never do that again. This is too time consuming. So, now what? Okay, let's go back to Z market. Now we have not filled on anything. And we are looking to sell up here all day long. Okay, 30 pips here to make 80. Here's the 4 hour. So the 4 hour I don't have a problem with. These are a problem because that's all day long. And we could just go rocketing up there. So I got out. On the 1 hour, see, the thing is, on the 4 hour, it looks like, holy shit, get in, man, it's going up. On the 1 hour, you're like, eh, it's pulling back. Huh. Half hour, oh boy, good thing we got out up here. And then comes the sellers. We're buying. So I don't know what the contest is about, but there you go, that's how that works.